My name is Brent Fanchar. I'm your child's student this year. Just want to make this quick video to go over some things about this year. I know that we will have a back to school night Zoom on Tuesday. Sorry about changing all that, but I was like triple booked and had some other things happen. But actually, it'll give us a couple days to get with students online and see what's going on. So as you can see right here, I'm on the San Juan screen, and I'm just going to show you a couple of things and how students need to navigate. And first of all, they can go to the portal at any time. Some people like to click students and go, and sometimes the way it pops up right here, it doesn't really work all the time though. So I always say if you go this way, go to staff, and then just go to San Juan portal and enter their information. It's quicker. If you have a Chromebook and you are entering, you have to enter your credentials to get in anyways. You're kind of already logged into portal. So if you just Google San Juan portal, it should pop up. If it doesn't, no worries. I'll show you how to do that. And we can answer any questions. Email me right away, and we'll get to it. So to get to my website, just Google my last name, Fanchar. I'll be the first one to pop up. And this is my website, and there's a little, thing about distance learning at the very beginning. And there's only a couple things showing right now. We'll add more as we go along. So my teacher site, this is the landing page. I have a cool little Bitmoji, with sunglasses. And then there's a second page all about me, and then there's a distance learning, classroom trivia, Schweitzer Meets Club. We're going to focus on distance learning. And on here, you'll see that I have a virtual classroom set up. And I'm going to move this around real quick. And weekly, I'm not sure if I'll keep the agenda posted on here. I might just do a link to it. I thought it would show up a little bit better, but this is the way it's showing up right now. So this is the virtual classroom I'm going to use. This is the landing page. So how to navigate this. Every day things are going to be clickable on here. We obviously, for our agenda, that's going to be on the board, or there'll be a link to an agenda, or I'll post a little saying or something up here. But obviously Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's nothing. Thursday, Friday, we're going to Zoom at 11. We'll do a morning activity. On Thursday, we'll do a little intro to Sabis Math, it's basically the math they've been using this whole time, just a different publishing company, I believe, bought them. And then we'll talk about the novel we're going to read. And I'll talk about that with the students. It's not a big deal. We'll do it all online. And then Friday we'll have again an activity, and then we'll start introducing things. Like today or Thursday we'll introduce math. Friday we'll introduce reading, and then we'll introduce social studies as well. And then next week or the week after we'll introduce science. And we'll just roll into it. So as you can see over here, there's a couple little books in the bookshelf. As I scroll over them, they become clickable. This is clickable. This is clickable. This just takes me, for right now, right to here, to my All About Me. This takes you somewhere else. This takes us to the novel that we're going to read together. And this will take us to Mystery Science. We haven't started science yet, so it'll be clickable. And I'll add things through here and make funny things and keep it fresh for the kids, just as if I was in the classroom teaching. It took me forever to get this embedded into HTML, so I'm pretty proud of it. But if there's something that's linking that doesn't work or doesn't show up, please let me know right away. Sometimes, I have to do it 2 or 3 times to get it to work. It's really a weird process. And like I said, Schweitzer Media Club's over here. If you don't know about that, we won a SIVA award a couple years ago, and we're going to try to do this. I'm going to give it a couple weeks to get into virtual learning, and then I'll ask some 5th graders if they want to do it. And hopefully we can rent out some cameras, or you can lend out some cameras, or they can do it on iPhones, what have you. And then there's another one, classroom trivia, and I'll talk about that with the students. So that's kind of it. That's everything. there is on my website. Let's see. I'll add the link to get on Remind. If you don't know what Remind is, I'll talk about that in a second through when communication. But actually, I'll talk about it right now. Communication. I send out an email every single week, and I'll send out the agenda to parents too for the week. We beyond the daily email, I do use Remind. Think of like Class Dojo. If you use that, Remind is very similar. It's just a communication tool. Your students will get Remind classrooms next year. They'll get them in high school. So it is kind of a good trend to move away from Dojo and move into something a little more mature, I guess, for lack of a better term. I usually use Remind in a normal year. Like the night before a field trip, hey, make sure to bring a lunch, or maybe I'll send a message to a parent real quick. Hey, I don't have Billy's permission slip. Can you please send that? Or parents can text me back through it. It's really a cool thing. If you sign up for the Remind class, it's really easy. It's a link. You enter your phone number and your name, and then it's fine. Whenever you use Remind or email, please say, hey, I'm so and so's mom, so and so's dad. Makes it a little easier to navigate. But Remind is a great way, and you can save the number that it pops up in. You can save that as my number. It's not my number, but it gives us a way to text back and forth quickly, instantaneously. I don't get mad if you send me a Remind message at like midnight. I have the notifications automatically to go off, and then they turn back on at like 7 in the morning. So if you're getting off work at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning or something, or you work different hours and you need to send me a message, send it through Remind or send an email. I won't take offense to it. It's not a big deal. So going back to this, I'll add that here in a little bit. I know I put it in the email, but I add it here. I cannot post our Zoom times on my website as much as I would love to, so I have to post those in Google Classroom. If we ever do a parent Zoom, though, I will email it to you. So this is my site. Let me go to this real quick. I haven't linked anything in here to Google Classroom yet, but eventually, starting next week, things will be linked to Google Classroom in here. So I'm going to jump to my Google Classroom. Now, every student should know how to log in. They should have their login. If they don't, please shoot me a quick message, shoot me an email. I'll get it to you really quickly. I have them all saved. I shouldn't take that long. So, all right. So here's my Google Classroom. I do have this cool little animation that I made the other day. Kind of fun. Start playing around with this. So there's already a couple things in Google Classroom, and the very first one is the agenda for this week, the 2 days, and then a way to launch Zoom. And if students are already logged in and they click this, they can go right into Zoom. They don't have to enter the meeting ID or passcode, but it'll always be posted in here with the agenda for the week. So if you're on Thursday and a student left their Chromebook at grandma's or something, and you're at home and you're on a different computer and you need the link or the ID or the passcode, it's always right here. Also, this is a good idea to write this down. At my house, I have, a high school kid, a fifth grader, and a first grader. So we took the fifth grade and the first graders and we wrote their passcodes on a piece of paper. It's sitting on the window now, so we know where it needs to go. So the agenda's already there. And there's also a link to the teacher website in case they need to get back. So have your kids go in and check this out, if they haven't done this already. And we'll do it tomorrow too. So just navigate Google Classroom if you're not familiar with it. I don't know how much fourth grade used it last year. I used it a lot. I really enjoy it. If you click on classwork, this is everything that's going to be due or done. I do have something sending out tomorrow at 8 a.m. so they can read that if they want to tomorrow. Actually, that's the questions, but we'll talk about that. Under people, for me, it shows all the people in my class. Plus, I have some other teachers that I've invited for various reasons. Um, some are instructional assistants to help out. We have EL assistants to help out. We have EL teacher that can hop in here. Miss Wells provides special education. So if you see them talking in my Google Classroom with students, they're teachers at the school. Last thing, don't worry about grades in Google Classroom. Okay, um, it's set up to grade on a middle school, high school kind of scale. It's just not what we do in elementary school. So if you signed up for the, like, there's some different things in here that you can sign up to have the grades sent to you. If it sends you a thing, I can't remember how to turn it off. I can turn it off for you. It sends you like a little weekly report, but don't worry about that. Don't stress over that. Don't worry about the grades. Unless you see a bunch of assignments missing, then feel free to contact me. Believe me, if they're missing a bunch of assignments, I'll contact you. So going back to the stream here. Oops. This is the main stream. This is where they want to go every day. There's a really couple things that they really need to focus on here. The stream. And really quickly, let's talk about the stream. I have class comments on. Like, you see a couple comments already. Students who said, hey, I did it, or, hi, or thank you. And that's totally acceptable. I did have some students last year who decided to, use it as a chat room, and they didn't say inappropriate things, but they just backlogged the whole stream. So I'd like to keep it as academic as possible in here if they need to ask questions about the assignment or what have you. Have them, I'll talk to this about students. Never mind. That'll be for students. But students need to comment on the assignment, not in the assignment. I'll teach them that tomorrow. But yeah, the stream is a great place for us to chit chat, but we want to just keep it clean, keep it academic, and don't stress me out. We'll keep it good. Again, that and classwork are the two main pages. So classwork, normally on this side there'll be a little drop down menu, or it's something, and you can see there'll be a little place to click missing assignments, and you can click on that, and it'll show you every assignment that they're missing and when they're due. Another cool function is the Google Calendar on theirs, and it'll show assignments that are due. Okay, got it. And so yeah, there'll be a little thing. So anyways, I don't know what that's there for, but when assignments start popping up, they'll start popping up on here. I've found that this is kind of a funky way for kids to look at things. So we like to look at this one. It goes by topics. There should be a little drop-down menu there, like I said, for the things that you're missing. So